Let's continue our discussion on the Ren Mai or conception vessel. For now, let's talk about points overview. As a whole, the Ren Mai or conception vessel cannot treat gynecological problems without points of the directing vessels. It also affects the genitals, the abdomen, the throat, and the face. The Ren Mai channel nourishes the yin, establish communication between lungs and kidneys, regulate the triple burner, and affects the membranes. Now let's go to the points. Ren 3 is good for the bladder and for excess menstrual conditions. Ren 4 builds yang, a tonification point, is good for fatigue, for deficiency in menstrual conditions, and for coldness. Ren 6 is for chi tonification and for menstrual issues. Ren 8 is for the middle burner tonification. It warms. It is also good for the urea. Ren 12 is the meeting point of the yang organs. It subdues rebellious chi and is indicated for digestive problems. Ren 13 is similar to Ren 12, but it is more for stagnation issues. Ren 14 is the front view point of the heart. It is good spirit point. It is also indicated for epigastric problems and for hiatal hernia. Ren 17 dominates chi of the body. It is indicated for asthma and bronchitis. Ren 22 subdues ascending chi. It's good for hiccups, for asthma, for sore throat, and for thyroid problems. Ren 24 is good for facial conditions or facial problems. Now, let's now go to points according to region. For the local points, for the throat, we have Ren 23. For the lungs, we have Ren 22 and Ren 17. Problems with the heart, we have Ren 17. And for the spleen and stomach, Ren 12. And for the small intestine, we have Ren 14 and Ren 19. For the bladder, we have Ren 3. For urogenital region, we have Ren 3 and Ren 4. For the epigastrium, we have Ren 12 and Ren 13. For the abdomen, we have Ren 3 and Ren 4 and Ren 6. For the adjacent points, for the throat, we have Ren 22. The tongue, we have Ren 23. For the heart, we have Ren 14. For the gallbladder, we have Ren 11. For the kidneys, we have Ren 4. And epigastrium, we have Ren 18. Now, distal point is ascribed to the Ren meridian. Next, we have the specific points according to the vessel pathways in numerical order. Ren 1 is the Jiao Hui meeting point with the Chong Mai and Du Mai. It is also the Sun Si Miao ghost point. Ren 2 is the Jiao Hui meeting point with the liver channel. Next, we have Ren 3. It is the Jiao Hui meeting point with the spleen, liver, kidney channels. It is the front midpoint of the bladder, the local point for the bladder, urogenital region, and lower abdomen. Ren 4 is the front midpoint of the small intestine, the Jiao Hui meeting point with the spleen, liver, kidney channels, and the local point for the small intestine, urogenital region, and lower abdomen. It is also the adjacent point for the kidneys. Ren 5 is the front midpoint of the triple burner. Ren 6 is an important general tonification point, the local point for the lower abdomen, and the adjacent point for the lung. Ren 7 is the Jiao Hui meeting point with the Chong Mai and the kidney channel. Ren 8 is the adjacent point for the epigastrium. Ren 9 is the local point for the small intestine. Ren 10 is the Jiao Hui meeting point with the spleen and stomach channels. Ren 11 is the adjacent point for the gallbladder. Ren 12 is the Hui meeting point of the Fu organs, the Jiahui meeting point of the SI, triple burner, and stomach channels, the front view point of the stomach, the local point for the spleen and stomach, and the epigastrium. Ren 13 is the Jiahui meeting point with the stomach and SI channels, and the local point of the epigastrium. Ren 14 is the front view point of the heart, the adjacent point of the heart. Ren 14 is the luo connecting point, an important point for calming. Ren 17 is the Hui meeting point of the qi, the Jiao Hui meeting point for the spleen, kidney, small intestine, and triple burner channels. It is also the front view point of the pericardium, the point of the sea of qi. It is a local point for the lung and the heart. Ren 22 is the Jiao Hui meeting point with the Yin Hui Mai, the window of heaven point, the local point for the lungs, and the adjacent point for the throat. Ren 23 is the Jiao Hui meeting point with the Yin Hui Mai, the local point for the throat, and the adjacent point for the tongue. Finally, we have Ren 24, Jiao Hui meeting point for the Dumai and the large intestine and the stomach channels. It is also the Sun Si Miao ghost point. Here we have an illustration of the Lu connecting vessel of the Ren Mai pathway. The Lu connecting vessel of the Ren Mai originates at Ren 15 below the xiphoid process and disperses over the skin of the abdomen. Its clinical importance. In pathology, it's good for pain of the abdominal skin in excess condition and for itching of the abdominal skin in deficiency conditions.